Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through, well, sometimes some pretty complex information to bring you what you really need to know. Today, we are looking at a piece of tech with a name that honestly sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. But it's actually working behind the scenes, kind of invisibly in a lot of places you probably visit every day, making high-quality audio and video just happen. We're diving into the WolfPack 4K 60 4.4.4 16 by 16 HDMI Matrix HDBaseT Switch over CAT6 with Atmos. Yeah, it's a beast of a name. So our mission really is to break that down. What is this thing? What does all that tech speak actually mean for, the picture and sound? And maybe most importantly, why is it so essential in, well, a surprising number of places? Okay, let's try and unpack this thing.
It is a mouthful, no doubt about it. But that complexity really points to how incredibly capable this system is. We're going to show you how this one box basically acts as the brain, the central command for really top-tier AV, and hopefully reveal, how it impacts the way we see crystal clear images and hear truly immersive sound.
Right. Okay, so let's start right at the beginning of that name. 16 by 16 HDMI Matrix Switch. For someone maybe managing, a complex setup, that might ring a bell, but for most people, what does that 16 by 16 part actually do for you?
Yeah, good place to start. Think of a matrix switcher as like the ultimate digital traffic controller for all your video and audio feeds. So imagine you've got 16 different things plugged in inputs. Could be gaming consoles, Blu-ray players, maybe some computers, streaming boxes.
Okay, lots of sources.
Exactly. And then you have 16 outputs, TVs, projectors, monitors, whatever displays you're using. This WolfPack device, this hub, lets you send any one of those 16 inputs to any one of the 16 outputs.
Any to any.
Any to any. That's the key. The flexibility is huge. You could say send your main computer screen to 3 different monitors, send a Blu-ray player to another screen, and have, 12 other things happening independently all at once.
Okay. So it's not just connecting A to B. It's like dynamic routing on the fly.
Precisely. It's about managing content dynamically, adapting in real time. It's a big step up from just, plugging cables in and hoping for the best.
And this specific one, the WolfPack, that comes from HDTV Supply, I think I read they've been around for, 24 years in this AV space?
That's right. Yeah, they have a long history. And just to give you a sense of the scale here, this isn't some little desktop gadget. It's a 19-inch 4U modular design. It's built for serious professional installations.
4U? That's pretty chunky for a rack.
It is. And, speaking of professional, this kind of hardware, it's typically a special order item. They actually manufacture it when you order it, which again just highlights that it's for dedicated, often high-stakes environments, not really your average living room.
Right. That definitely signals heavy duty. Okay, so that's the routing part. Let's talk about how good it looks. The visual side. The name shouts 4K 60, 4.4, HDR, and HLG. Now, most of us get 4K ultra-high definition. But what about 4.4.4? What does that mean for the picture quality I actually see?
Okay, yeah. So 4K at 60 hertz, that's your Ultra HD resolution, plus a really smooth 60 frames per second refresh rate. Gives you a stunning picture right off the bat. But the 4.4.4 chroma subsampling, that's where things get really interesting, technically speaking. It basically means you're getting the full, uncompromised color information for every single pixel. No shortcuts.
Full color, unlike...
Well, most video signals, to save bandwidth, they compress the color information a bit more than the brightness. You might see codes like 4.2.0 or 4.2.2. Those are very common, even in high-quality video. But 4.4.4 means zero color compression. Every pixel gets the full RGB color data.
So it's not just having more pixels with 4K, it's about those pixels having, perfect color accuracy.
Exactly. Perfect is a good way to put it. For applications where color fidelity is absolutely critical, think graphic design work, medical imaging displays, maybe really high-end digital signs, that full color integrity is non-negotiable.
Makes sense. You need to trust the color.
Absolutely. And on top of that, it supports HDR10 and HLG, high dynamic range, and hybrid log gamma. These basically give you much better contrast, brighter whites, deeper, more detailed blacks, just a more lifelike, punchy image overall.
Right, that HDR look everyone talks about.
Yep. And it even has full 3D support for those who need it. And underpinning all this, ensuring it actually works smoothly and securely, it's compliant with HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2.
Okay, those sound important but technical. HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2. What do those mean for me, the listener, in simple terms? gatekeepers.
They are, yeah, but kind of necessary gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
HDMI 2.0 is the standard that guarantees enough bandwidth. We're talking 18 gigabits per second for all that 4K, 60 hertz HDR data to actually get to the screen without, stuttering or falling over.
18 gigabits. Wow.
It's a lot of data. And HDCP 2.2 is the digital handshake. It's copy protection. It ensures that your fancy 4K source, like a streaming service or a new Blu-ray player, can securely talk to your display. Without it, you might just get a blank screen or a lower resolution picture. It protects the content.
Got it. So highway and handshake keeps things flowing and secure. Okay, incredible clarity, incredible color. But here's the challenge I always think about. Standard HDMI cables, even good ones, they have distance limits, right? How does this system push those amazing signals over long distances without them turning to mush? That must be the HDBaseT Switch over K6 part.
You've absolutely nailed a huge issue in AV installations. Before HDBaseT came along, sending high-res HDMI over, say, more than 15-20 feet reliably was a real headache. You needed expensive, thick cables or multiple signal boosters, extenders. It got complicated and costly fast.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So HDBaseT was developed specifically to solve this. It's a global standard for sending uncompressed Ultra HD video plus audio, Ethernet, control signals like your remote control signals, and even power.
Power too.
Yep, power, all over a single, standard, inexpensive CAT6 network cable, the same kind you probably have for your internet.
Okay, that is elegant. One network cable replaces potentially, 4 or 5 different types of cables?
Exactly. It simplifies things massively, and the distances are impressive. You can send 1080p signals up to 100 meters, that's over 300 feet. And even those really demanding 4K signals can go up to 70 meters, about 230 feet, with no loss in quality.
Wow, that changes the game for big spaces.
Absolutely. Conference centers, large homes, lecture halls, sports bars. And you mentioned power, that's called PUC, or power over cable. If the receiver units at the display end are compatible, they don't need their own power brick. They get power right through the CT6 cable from the Matrix Switch itself.
Less clutter, fewer plugs needed. Nice.
Very nice for installers. Plus, it also handles IR and RS-232 pass-through. So control signals for the display or source device travel down that same cable, again, streamlining everything.
Okay, and does it just send the signal, or does it do anything to help it along the way?
Good question. It's not just a passive pipe. The Matrix Switch actively conditions the signal. It retimes it. It compensates for any level loss. It fully regenerates the HDMI signal. Think of it like cleaning up the signal, removing any jitter or noise it picked up, ensuring it arrives at the display pristine, just like it left the source, regardless of that long cable run. Maximum reliability.
That's impressive. Signal health clinic is a good analogy. Okay, so visuals are sorted, distance is sorted. Let's pivot to the sound. The name includes Atmos. We've covered the amazing picture. What does Atmos bring to the audio side of things with this WolfPack device?
Right. The Atmos part signals that this isn't just about video. It has serious audio chops, too. It fully supports advanced immersive audio formats. Dolby Atmos, as you probably know, creates this incredible 3D soundscape where sounds aren't just around you, but can be placed precisely like overhead or moving through the room.
Yeah, that object-based sound.
Exactly. It makes the sound truly immersive, putting you right in the middle of the action. But it's not just Atmos. It also handles other high-res formats like Dolby True HD, DTS HD Master Audio, Dolby Digital Plus. Basically the best sound formats available.
So it ensures the audio experience is just as premium as the visual one. It's not an afterthought.
Definitely not. And it offers some really practical audio features too, like audio de-embedding.
De-embedding, meaning?
Meaning you can pull the audio out of the HDMI signal. The switch has separate audio outputs, coaxial digital outputs, and standard left-right analog outputs for each of the 16 channels. So you could send the video to a projector, for instance, but send the audio to a completely separate high-end amplifier and speaker system.
Oh, okay. That's really useful for custom setups.
Very useful. And you can even control the volume on those analog LR outputs directly from the Matrix. It gives you a lot of control over how you integrate that audio. It's got, let me check, 16 3.5 millimeter stereo audio inputs as well, and then those 16 stereo plus SPDIF digital audio outputs. Handles pretty much any audio scenario you throw at it.
This thing really does sound like a central command center. Which leads to the next question. With 16 inputs, 16 outputs, all this super high fidelity data flying around, how do you actually control it? Do you need like an engineering crew?
Hopefully not. No, they've built in quite a few ways to manage it. For, quick, simple switching, there are buttons right on the front panel. And it usually comes with a basic IR remote control too.
Okay, standard stuff.
Yep. But for more serious integration, you've got RS-232 serial control, which is common in professional AV systems. And then really powerful is network control. You can control it via TCP/IP, basically over your computer network. And there's a Web GUI.
Web GUI, so like a web page interface.
Exactly. You just type the Matrix's IP address into a web browser on your computer or tablet, and you get this graphical interface where you can easily see all the inputs and outputs and just click to make connections. Makes complex routing really visual and pretty straightforward.
That sounds much more user-friendly.
It is, and crucial to that user experience, that seamlessness, is something called advanced EDID management.
EDID. Right. That's the thing that stops screens from freaking out when you plug something new in. Tells the source what the display can handle.
Precisely. EDID Extended Display Identification Data. It's basically the display telling the source device, hey, I can handle these resolutions and refresh rates. Poor EDID management is the source of so many AV headaches, flickering screens, wrong resolutions popping up, long delays when switching, nightmare stuff.
We've all been there.
Right. So this system is smart about it. It quickly learns or can be preset with the EDID information for all connected displays and presents it reliably to the sources. This stops the source from constantly trying to renegotiate the resolution and ensures that when you switch inputs, it happens quickly and smoothly without those annoying flashes or black screens. It just works. Stability is key.
Okay, that sounds critical for like a live presentation or a sports bar where you can't have screens blinking out.
Absolutely essential. It maintains that seamless experience.
All right. We've dissected the name, the tech, the control. So let's bring it back to the listener. What does this all mean? Who is actually using this kind of high-tech, expensive switch? And why is it so vital in the real world?
Yeah, this is where you see why something this sophisticated exists. The WolfPack 16x16, or devices like it, are the invisible backbone making so many modern multi-screen experiences work smoothly every day. The applications are incredibly diverse. Think about a busy sports bar. They might have 10, 15, 20 TVs. They need to show different games, maybe split screens, switch feeds instantly based on what's happening or what customers want to see.
Right, managing chaos.
Exactly.
Wow.
This Matrix is the tool that lets them do that. Same for high-end restaurants showing different ambiance videos or feeds, casinos managing content across hundreds of screens, even bowling alleys with complex scoring and entertainment displays. Home theaters, too, for the really serious enthusiasts with multiple sources and displays.
I can definitely picture the sports bar scenario. Makes total sense. But it's not just entertainment, right?
Oh, absolutely not. It's huge in commercial and institutional settings. Think about large corporate conference rooms, multiple laptops needing to connect to projectors or displays, schools managing AV across classrooms and auditoriums, shopping malls driving huge digital signage networks, factories using displays for process monitoring, even places of worship coordinating presentations across multiple screens, maybe including overflow rooms.
Data centers, too, you mentioned.
Yep, data centers use them for managing console access to banks of servers, and the list goes on. Fitness centers, nail salons wanting custom TV feeds, country clubs. It's surprising how many places need robust, flexible, high-quality video and audio distribution. This kind of switch solves that problem, letting them push the right content to the right place at the right time, reliably.
It's really fascinating how this one, admittedly complex box, enables all these sophisticated, seamless experiences that we often just, well, take for granted. It's humming away in a rack somewhere, and we just see the final result, the game on the screen, the presentation running smoothly.
That's exactly it. It's the silent, powerful orchestrator. When it's doing its job right, you shouldn't even know it's there. The focus stays on the content, not the plumbing behind it.
What a fantastic deep dive.
Sorry?
Seriously. We started with this monster of a name, WolfPack 4K 4.4 before 16x16 HDMI Matrix HDBaseT Switch over TT6 with Atmos. And we've unpacked it to reveal this incredibly versatile, powerful device that's basically transforming how complex AV systems are managed. It really highlights the hidden tech behind those smooth experiences.
It really does. And I think understanding these core technologies, even just a little, gives you, a real appreciation for the infrastructure that makes our digital world tick so seamlessly. It's a good reminder that there's often a lot more going on behind the curtain than we realize.
Definitely. So keeping that in mind, here's a final thought for you to chew on. Thinking about the sheer scale and, frankly, the cost and specialization of a device like this, what other invisible technologies might be quietly powering the screens or the sound systems in places you visit all the time? Your local coffee shop, the gym, maybe even the doctor's office waiting room. And how might knowing that complex tech is likely there change how you perceive those everyday spaces? Something to think about. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.